So today we have a very special edition of the Antisocial Commentary Podcast. I don't want to actually call this one a podcast episode because it's going to be a quick conversation. It might not even be quick, but it's going to be a conversation about recent events that have actually happened this weekend. I guess I got to introduce you. On my last couple of episodes, I've said that one of my best friends on the show. This is actually my very best friend and future best man at all my weddings. All 6 of them.
All of them.
I don't know if you want me to say your whole name. What you want to say? Just Charles?
You put a whole name on
Charles. Okay, so Charles White.
Social media, so
Yeah. Charles White, man. If you want to introduce yourself. The floor is yours if you want to have anything to say.
I don't got to say much.
All right,
so say I am who I am. You know me or you don't.
And for the background chatter, we have guest vocals from Samson today, who's actually your, I'd say, 60-pound German Shepherd.
65.
65-pound German Shepherd. I was pretty close. I was guesstimating. And Bailey, who's our dog, is now in the background whining.
Was she a solid 15 pounds?
Yeah, she's actually right on the money. But today we want to actually talk about the Monique Breakfast Club interview, and more so just Monique the last couple of, I say, months, and her whole I'll probably check on her just to make sure she's not going crazy. But her whole campaign of saying Netflix has some type of gender and race bias, which I want to start this off by saying Monique is doing the classic marketing technique where you say something outlandish and you say enough outlandish stuff and hopefully it sticks.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be headlines.
And we all are falling for it. I mean, Exhibit A, we're talking about it. She may in her heart of hearts believe what she's saying, but I don't honestly think she believes some of the stuff she says. Like, there's no way you think that you're the most decorated comedian of all time. There's no way you could think that. Excuse me.
She definitely thinks that because she said it. And she definitely thinks she should have been paid $20 million even if she doesn't want to outright say that.
And I'm not saying that she doesn't deserve $20 million, but I'm saying at this moment, what have you done to show a business that they are willing to invest $20 million in your company? So, I mean, not in her company, but in your brand. So, I want to start the flow off with you. Like, what did you think about the interview? Like, what did you think about what she had to say? What did you think that she...
I know the first few interviews she did, or just this most recent one where she answered no questions and just went in circles and overtalked everyone.
Well, I just want to talk about the Breakfast Club interview because the other interviews it kind of flows into this current one. So,
well, she's definitely a person that believes in herself.
Yeah.
I can say that much, even though it's unwarranted.
Yes.
Right? Mm-hmm. I get that you've been doing this a long time, but just because you've been doing something a long time doesn't necessarily mean that you top level at any given point.
I agree.
On top of that, I mean, like everybody points out, she just don't do numbers. Like, you've been around a long time, but ain't nobody gonna go. You're not gonna sell out tours by yourself. Like, when she brought up points, she would always bring up stuff where it's other people involved.
Right.
Like, she brought up the Queens of Comedy tour.
Right.
That's you and 3 other people.
Right.
If it was just Monique, you don't do those numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
Right.
And then she brings up the that movie This Christmas.
Is it called? What is
not
this
Christmas?
It's
Almost Christmas.
Almost Christmas. Yeah.
That ain't nobody gonna see that. Because Monique in it.
Yeah.
No,
she was not top billing.
I mean,
that bothered me.
It's pretty much that whole cast got those numbers.
And I mean, let's be real. It could have been It's a black people film. Black people we will go support each other in the movie theater. That's why Tyler Perry can make garbage and we still go see it. So I don't think it was necessarily because Monique was in it and I feel like you can't fall back on things like that when it comes to what are you doing.
No.
She wanted to compare, and this is her comparison. This is not a comparison that I'm going to do. She said her movie, Almost Christmas, and Amy Schumer's movie, Snatched.
Oh, I'm glad you brought that up.
Because
I'm about to crush her whole argument on that.
But here's the thing about it. She says, okay, I don't remember the exact numbers each of them did, but Amy Schumer's movie was off of Amy Schumer by herself. That whole movie was, you're gonna go see this because Amy Schumer's in it. Exactly, and she's the main star. Monique's not top billing in that movie, and that was an ensemble cast.
Yeah.
It's easy to go and say that our movie made X amount of dollars because we had this many people in it. So you have fan bases from each person that's in that movie. And quite frankly, if Monique was not in that movie, I feel like that movie would have still did the same thing. Vice versa, if that Amy Schumer movie doesn't go the same way it does, had Amy Schumer not been in there, because she's a hot name, a big name right now, that she has I don't know what her audience is. I guess liberal white women, I guess, would be her audience. Liberal white women that are built like eggplants. I don't know.
For the life of me, I don't know why she's hot. I just know that she's hot. Okay, I can't deny that. She sells out shit. They're giving her own movies. She's hot. I don't think she's funny. I don't even know anyone that thinks she's funny.
Yeah, I'll give her credit. She's made being built like a Gatorade bottle acceptable. So I just don't personally find her funny, nor do I find her movement or her cause all that. Like, I just want to put it out there for the girls that are shaped. Girls that are shaped like Honda Civics. Y'all need to find someone else that to have on y'all side, because Amy Schumer is not funny.
She not.
And so, I mean, y'all need to back. Y'all should have been backing Monique, and we wouldn't be having this conversation. Back when Monique. That's another thing I want to put out there. Monique wants to talk about, because we do want to talk about the Breakfast Club interview. She wanted to say that Charlamagne makes his money off of what did she say? Degradation of did she say of black women or black people?
It was black women, I think. I think she just wanted to focus on that group. That seems to be the thing she's trying to latch on to.
Right.
So,
but let us not forget that Monique, you made your whole career off of talking about skinny women. So let's not throw stones in the glass house, because you have literally made a living off of just fuck you fat, you skinny bitches, like, and so that, I mean, it is what it is. And for her to say that Charlamagne was it wasn't a problem for her until she got Donkey Today, when Charlamagne gives somebody every day.
No discrimination on Donkey Today. Anybody can get it.
And I think as black people, we got to stop doing things, because it's okay for him to say something about a Hispanic, a white
person,
but as soon as he says something about a black person that says or does something stupid,
well, in her case, it wasn't a problem until it was her.
So it's like, you can't get mad.
And it was only a problem that it was her.
Right.
She never mentioned a problem with him doing Donkey Today for anyone else but her.
Right. So, and I'm kind of biased. I can admit that, because I am a fan of Charlamagne, of a lot of things. I've read his book, I listen to his podcast, and I listen to Breakfast Club every day. So of course I would be on his side of the situation. But for me to take that bias away, I do know that he does talk about people every single day. It doesn't matter what race you are, what gender you are. And I've also seen how he has talked about women of color before, and how he felt horrible about some of the things he has said. So for her to just forget about stuff like that, it just takes it, because she said, have you seen Birth of a Nation, the movie?
No.
Oh man, you missed a good movie. But she used the Birth of a Nation metaphor to say that.
Oh yeah, she called him the house nigga.
Basically, because there's a scene on Birth of a Nation where it was right after a dinner party, and Gabrielle Union's character, she's married, or married as much as you could be married in slave times, and her husband, her owner, one of his dinner guests pointed her out during the dinner and said, "I want her." And he went to Gabrielle Union's owner went to her husband and said, she's got to come in the house and service this dude. So basically, the dude raped her. You know what I'm saying? And he had to pass his wife off to be raped by somebody. There's nothing he could do about it. So I don't think that was a very good analogy, considering that I don't consider that dude to be like. What do you want him to do? You want him to fight and die?
Yeah, she wanted him to fight and die right there.
Okay,
Obviously.
okay. So that was my thing.
Because everyone else, that's what they do in that situation, right? They fight and die.
Yeah, I mean, and I get that to an extent because
most people don't fight and die because that was the norm of the time.
Right. I mean, and then to make you feel better, he does go off and murder. The husband does go off and do quite a bit of murdering. So,
I mean, so she's saying in the end, Charlamagne is gonna be a hero?
I don't know what she's trying to say.
I mean, without having seen that movie, I got what she was trying to say.
Yeah, basically.
She called him a house nigga. He was Samuel L. Jackson in Django.
Okay, perfect. Yes, much better example. But I have to disagree on that one because I know Charlamagne has done quite a bit, and this again because I'm a fan. He does a lot for women of color.
I don't think she truly felt that way, but she was passive aggressive in that whole interview, so that was just another way for her to dig at him, mispronouncing his name. Which, by the way, had she been a white person and purposely just disregarded how his name is supposed to be said, it would have been all kinds of problems.
Right.
Which is funny because the thing she's trying to point out right now, she's doing some things that people that do those things she doesn't like do.
Right. And so let's talk more about the interview. I find it funny that the question was asked multiple times. What do you feel like you deserve, or how do you feel like you should get that much in reference to Chris Rock and Amy Schumer and Dave Chappelle?
Oh, yeah, they were never going to answer. There was some figures thrown in there every now and again, but nothing was a direct answer or anything like that.
Right.
But also, she dodged the justification of what she should be paid, which, let's go out and say it. $500,000 is too cheap for her.
I agree.
But she also is nowhere. I wouldn't pay her nowhere near what I paid any of those other comedians that she wanted to be paid like. Yeah. And and then she brought up that it's bullying, that because they know her situation, they know she's blackballed, that they feel like they can lowball her offer. Well, it's called business.
It's business. Yeah.
There's ethically.
Yeah.
They're not doing anything wrong business wise. Now morally, that's a different story.
Right.
But morals don't always interact with the business world like that. They got to do what's smart for their business. Right. And you don't have to take the offer. That's my thing.
Right.
You're not forced to be, I gotta take this now. No, you can go off and do your own thing.
Like I can't in my right mind say that it's some type of racial or gender bias, considering that the two things she brought up 3 people, 2 were black and 1 was a woman. So I don't think there was a race or gender bias that caused her to have that low amount.
No, this is a Monique problem. I don't think it's not on Netflix part. Not when they've shown you time and time again that they're willing to pay minorities and women top dollar to be on their network.
Right.
To produce for their network. To whatever for their network. They don't. If they feel you're gonna produce views and revenue, they're gonna break bread. Right. Period.
Yes. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I don't think Netflix has some type of race or gender bias. I'm sure they do.
It's somewhere in there, but
for Everyday Chappelle, there's a guy that's trying to make it out there that's got a special on Netflix that probably got way less than what he's.
I know D-Ray got way less.
I'm sure he did, because to me, I think D-Ray is he's top 5 right now, a lot. But
he's definitely funny. Yeah, he's funny.
Yeah, he's funny as shit.
I was happy to hear that he got a Netflix special.
Right, I want to watch it.
Huh?
I want to see it.
I was waiting to see the special because it was D-Ray and he's funny. It's been a while, been a long time coming for him to get something like that, anyways. But I didn't hear him crying about however much they paid him, and I know for facts it wasn't nowhere near what they were paying them. And I get maybe her argument for that would be, he not a legend. Right. He don't got the resume.
That's the thing. I feel like when it comes to being a legend, is Monique a legend, or is that something that she's saying she is? If you're having to say that you're a legend, I don't think you're a legend. I mean, I personally, I think Monique is a legend in my own opinion? Has she not said anything? Yes. But if you have to tell me that you're a legend, you're not. You may not be as much a legend. That's like
everybody knows. If you got to tell people you're funny, you're probably not funny.
Exactly. So does her resume stand up to somebody like D-Ray? Yeah.
It probably crushes D-Ray.
Yeah. She's done much more. She's had her own TV show. She's had her own talk show. She's had multiple stand-up specials. She's been much more, many more movies. Maybe not many more.
And what's sad about that is you can probably culminate all of that, and Amy Schumer probably killed all those numbers in about 2 years.
And see, and that's and then okay, we can bring in Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock. They didn't just get a Netflix special off of their name.
No, well they had the bidding war.
Right.
Chris Rock got good friends at HBO, so I know they were coming at him with top dollar.
All his specials have been through HBO.
Yeah.
So for him to go to Netflix,
you got to pay him a lot because you got to steal him away from the competition. Ain't nobody. She wasn't wrong in that. Nobody's going to get Monique because she's not on everybody's, good list right now.
Right.
But at the same time, at some point you're gonna have to start trying to manage that. It can't just be everybody has a problem.
Right.
Sooner or later it's got to be you.
Right.
Or even if you don't want to, then you're just gonna have to deal with doing your own thing.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that she wasn't wrong, but there's no gender bias in this situation. In my opinion, there's definitely no racism going on. They saw what she was worth. They obviously don't feel like she's just going to generate a massive amount of views. She's not going to generate people saying, "Oh, Monique got a special. Let me go subscribe to Netflix." So they went in with the offer they thought she was worth to them
as a business.
And
that's the thing. Is there a race and gender bias in the entertainment industry? In the business world,
undoubtedly,
as
in the world,
as black men, we know how difficult it is, and we're not women, so we don't know what it's like to be a woman trying to get a job. But as black men, we know what it's like and how difficult it is to do certain things. Now, here's the thing. I think this is how I know it's a Monique issue more than anything else. You want your cause wants to. You want to say race and gender bias when it happens to you. Where were you when it came to the movie you were talking about, Birth of a Nation? Where were you standing on going on interviews saying, I think this brother is being blackballed by the industry because the film he's making? Where were you when during the Time's Up movement? Where were you?
It's the same thing as the Donkey of the Day issue now. Now that it's her problem, now it's an issue.
Now exactly. So don't say you're riding for race and gender equality when it wasn't a problem until now you're trying to be in a movie. You know what I'm saying? Speaking out against race and gender inequality in the world is like saying the sky is blue, nigga. We know this exists, but where were you all these years?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And quite frankly, it's difficult to work with, apparently.
So look, we can't say whether that's true or not. We weren't there, but it's not one person saying this about you over and over again.
Right.
This has been multiple different people in different settings, completely different associations saying this about you. So we have to assume that it's probably
you.
All we can do is assume because we weren't there.
But that's the thing. She said you can't assume. But
she can assume.
Yeah, I can't remember what exactly she assumed about. But she does. And later on in the interview, she does say, I'm assuming. Well, it was a problem when Charlamagne and he was assuming.
But not you.
But yeah, exactly.
Well, it sucks for that whole movement because she's just not a good spokesperson for it. Like, she compares herself with Viola Davis, who's going through the same thing. But to me, you can't compare. Viola Davis is outstanding. She puts butts in seats in everything she's in. Is pretty much a successful hit. Right. And she kills it every time.
But she's not a comedian, though. But see, that's what became a problem for her. Netflix gave Ava DuVernay opportunity. But she's not a comedian. She's not. So
they gave what is it? She created Grey's Anatomy. I can't remember her name.
Shonda Rhimes.
Shonda Rhimes. They broke bread.
Okay, so what were you saying, Mia?
She's current. Viola Davis is current.
Right. That's another thing. I mean, Viola Davis is. I mean, she's not current to us. We've known Viola Davis since forever.
True.
But she's now getting her mainstream appeal.
Everybody knows her.
How to Get Away with Murder? Is it How to Get Away
with Murder?
Yes, How to Get Away with Murder.
When he was asking her about what have you done in 2017, she is current in 2017
Viola Davis
and
is definitely current.
Right,
and she hot. and she kills everything
And
she
that's the
does,
thing.
and she deserves to be paid, if not just as much more than pretty much every other.
That's the thing when it comes to Monique and her saying that it's a race or gender bias. Why is it? I find it funny that the people that she's bringing up that's not getting the opportunities, Viola Davis and Wanda Sykes, they're not jumping up saying, "Oh yeah, Monique is so right." I find that funny.
Well, Wanda Sykes did say, "Oh yeah, Netflix did come at me with a low offer," but what Monique doesn't want to acknowledge, or what she never says when she says that, is that when Wanda Sykes was offered that's old.
Right.
That's before the current format for Netflix.
Right.
That was back
Netflix
when
didn't have original programming.
Yeah, they didn't have a whole lot of original programming.
Yeah.
That was just
matter of fact, that was back before they raised my price to $15 a month.
Seriously,
Netflix is becoming a problem.
You already lost American Dad. You
Family Guy.
You're taking off Archer.
It's becoming a problem.
The price got to go back.
I'm gonna be real with you, Netflix. I'm gonna be real with you. I didn't sign up to look at your original stuff. I love your original stuff,
It's mostly good.
but I came because I wanted to binge watch old stuff. You took away, like you said, Family Guy, American Dad, Archer's going away this year. You took away How I Met Your Mother. You took away quite a bit of things. I'm telling you, y'all are one price away, price raise away, and take away another one of my favorite things to watch, and it might be over for you. I'm moving to Hulu or going to Amazon.
Hulu's just so dirty though, and Disney owns a large portion of it. Subject for another day.
Yes. Yeah.
But Netflix, seriously though, what am I supposed to fall asleep watching now?
Exactly.
Like y'all don't have no content that equals American Dad or Archer. Although Big Mouth,
Hurry
is
up on
funny.
season 2 on Big Mouth.
Big Mouth is funny though.
Hurry up. Y'all need more. BoJack Horseman is hilarious too. But we're talking about Monique.
And F is for Family. Also,
Your animated adult comedies have.
they're good. They're
Y'all
good.
3 for 3, in my opinion. So keep it up.
Heat.
What is Heat? Pacific Heat?
Yeah.
I didn't watch
Pacific
that yet.
Heat.
I haven't watched
Yeah, because
that
it
yet.
looks like an Archer knockoff. and
It
I'm
did,
just not
that's why I
with
didn't watch it.
I just can't do it.
Yes, if the people from Archer do not make it, I don't want to watch it.
Nope.
But I gotta do a super binge on Archer because it's about to go off Netflix.
Well, actually, I just completed it from 1 to 7.
Yeah, but you're not gonna see 8 because it was supposed to go on Netflix around this time.
Yeah, I know. And it's not.
Yeah, that's
Dropping the ball.
Netflix. Come on, man. Come on. But back to Monique. Man, I just find it funny that you think that, and again, I just want to preface this with, she knows what she's doing. You say something outlandish, if it sticks, it sticks, and people run with it, and you're gonna get people talking. And what's gonna ultimately happen? People like us, people that have bigger platforms than
We're going
us,
to talk about it.
keep talking about it, and it's gonna turn her into relevance. Very similar with Trump.
Yeah,
Trump
true.
said outrageous stuff. People said there's no way he's gonna be president.
And
But he kept saying enough dumb stuff, and people kept talking about him saying dumb stuff. He literally, I'm gonna be honest with you, he probably didn't even need a. I don't think I saw a Donald Trump commercial during the campaign. Like, you know, the commercial, like, you know, vote Trump. I don't.
And we live in Texas.
I don't
I'm trying
think I
to think.
saw one. Because he didn't need it. He just say something dumb, and the news is gonna take cover.
Also, that kind of didn't need to campaign here because, you know,
Yes,
Texas.
yeah, we're in Texas. It's gonna go red.
It's going to go red.
Yeah.
Although, you know, our major cities have been moving blue.
Yeah. Also,
So hopefully
Houston and
one
Dallas. So, but maybe one, but by that
But
time.
then again, Texas is run pretty well. I mean, there's some things that are terrible about it, but we don't have a lot of money issues, which is kind of good.
Right. But very similar to Trump. Everybody was talking about Trump before the election. Even on ESPN, they talked about Trump.
Yeah, well,
CNN, Fox
ESPN
News.
is a drama network now.
Yeah, I don't like
not
ESPN
so
anymore.
much about sports.
Yeah, I'm not big on ESPN. So it's
like
just. I was like, what?
It's like E Network.
The EEX,
It's
yeah.
like E Network.
But that's the
athletes
thing.
involved more often.
Everybody talked about Trump, from entertainment channels like E, MTV. You don't need to do press when you're.
Oh yeah, the press is gonna do it for you.
Oh, okay. We got some guests, Samson and Bailey. Please. Oh no, they done messed with the camera. They done hit the camera. Mia, I don't pay you the big bucks. I don't pay you the big bucks to not be producing.
Get your big ass
I don't
out.
pay you the big bucks at all for this reason.
Get out. Both of y'all.
I don't pay you nothing because of this.
I ran as fast as I could.
No,
I'm
you're
sorry.
fine.
The internship's not
All I
going
heard was
well.
boom, boom, boom.
All I'm saying is,
Baby, I'm sorry. Get out of there. Hey, come on. Get. Come on, cause she chasing
see,
you.
this is how I know there's no budget on this. This clearly, this is some bullshit.
What? This is the best funny show I've ever been on.
I mean, is it the only show you've been on?
No.
I'm sorry.
Takeover, son.
Oh,
And this is definitely more fun than that.
No.
Look at these mics and that camera.
I mean, you know, so. So yeah, you say enough stuff that elicits people to elicits attention. You're gonna bring attention to yourself. So it's just funny that Monique is gonna keep doing this.
Oh, she's gonna profit from it for
100%,
sure.
'cause
Because
It's
while
because she's making
I
news.
feel like we're in the majority of people that think she's, was tripping for calling for a whole boycott off of two biases that are clearly not relevant in this situation. There's gonna be people that rally behind her, start showing up to her shows, start trying to buy her content. So at the end, she's gonna win from it.
Right.
Just hopefully Netflix doesn't have to suffer for something that they really shouldn't suffer for.
I agree. I don't think this is a Netflix problem. I do think more than anything, it is a Monique problem. It is something with you, and very similar past. And so just like literally, this is what happened with Trump. He would say something dumb. A small group of people would agree with him. That small group of people,
Very small,
grew and grew. It was a bigger group of people that thought he was stupid. So
still is.
and,
Still is.
and that bigger group of people spoke more about him than they spoke about the fact that
The results of our election showed us that we have some issues we need to take care of in America on many levels. And if you're in that group of people that voted for Hennessy or Harambe, I just need you to do better.
Or these nuts.
Or these nuts. I just need you to do better.
Yeah.
Do better. I'm not saying your votes would have won us the election because they wouldn't have,
Right.
but there was just too damn many of y'all that did that nonsense.
Yeah. I'd much rather you not vote than do some dumb shit like that. Just
Seriously.
because.
Although, shout out to the people in Alabama that voted for Nick Saban.
I mean, shout out to the people in Alabama that voted anybody but the pedophile niggas. So
I know.
I don't understand how I think, and if I could be wrong, I think it went 52 to 48.
Oh yeah, it was still very
like how the fuck?
It was still very close, and he still, and that dude still won white women.
Yeah,
That is a confusing demographic of voters for me.
I've been a Democrat my whole life. I can honestly say that if a rapist or pedophile was running Democrat, I'm gonna have to vote against you. I'm sorry. Even if it's a Republican, and I instantly
If
think
it
you're
came out
racist.
that Hillary was out here raping little boys, and my only alternative was to vote for Trump, I'd have had to vote for Trump.
See, the problem is Hillary raping little boys. Trump apparently has been sexually assaulting women. So you're between a rock and a hard place.
Rock and a hard place, but there are degrees to assault.
I agree.
So.
I see. It's funny. Like I'm sure in prison the prison probably has the best way of the best caste system, because the murderers and the robbers, they're cool. They're good. If you rape somebody,
You're not
in prison.
You mess with little kids, you rape people, you're not gonna get treated well.
And
as you shouldn't.
And I wonder if there's like a sliding scale of rapes. Like, do the people that only raped adults look at the people that rape children in a certain light? Like,
I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do, because people, they just judge anyway. So.
Right. So, like how dare you touch that? How dare you touch?
I'm sure there's a guy in prison right now that has killed 22 people.
Right.
That judges the 17-year-old boy that had sex with the 16-year-old girl that's in there, and he's called a rapist.
Yes, I'm sure he does. It's
So
like you kill. I killed, like, be a man, kill 24 people and not rape. Like you know what I'm saying? At least I raped adults. You know what I'm saying? So it's just so I think prison probably has the best caste system when it comes to to dealing with sexual assault. But again, I just personally think, all in all, I wish I could not talk about the Monique thing, but it's really it's the biggest news story that's out, at least in our community. The biggest news story
It's been
that's
talked
out.
about a lot. I mean, there's other things to talk about, but that one's fun to talk about because it spawns a lot of memes.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people going in on Monique.
Yeah.
Some people going in on Charlamagne. Which
Yeah. It is what it is.
Is what it is on that, but hey, she winning.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, they say no press is bad. I mean, no bad press is. There's no such thing as bad press.
There you go.
So
you're gonna win regardless if your name is out there.
Exactly.
Especially in her case.
So honestly, nobody was talking about Monique. I can honestly say that I wasn't hearing nothing about Monique.
No, she was in a whole movie and I wasn't hearing people talk about Monique.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I heard people talk about that movie.
Yeah.
And not mention her at all.
Let's be real. That movie, very little. I'm very little talking about that movie.
It was because it was solid. It was.
Yeah.
From what I understand, it was solid. I've only seen bits and pieces of it.
I ain't seen it. I thought it looked like like This Christmas. I was like, we've seen this already. Like the one they did with Columbus Short and Chris Brown. Yeah. So I
probably was the same thing, but from what I understand, it's a solid movie.
Yeah.
It wasn't nothing to rave about, nothing to go off about, and yet that's makes it even funnier that she likes to reference that movie.
Right.
And by the way, back to that. What she said was her budget for that movie, or their budget for that movie, was about $17 million.
Yes,
It made about 40 plus.
Yeah.
And then Snatch was a $40 million budget, made about 45. But when she brings up that number, that $45 million, that's just the domestic numbers.
Right.
For Snatch.
Actually, I can pull it up and see how much exactly that movie made.
I'm pretty sure, like globally, it made more than just the $3 to $5 million she's trying to point out. She's trying to say, oh, we made $30 million on our movie. Yeah. She made $3 million.
Right.
But I'm pretty sure I remember seeing that and it being like that was just domestically. And maybe your movie only got released domestically, but hers didn't. And that's another testament to the star power that she has. It was a global release.
Right. So it's saying here that Snatched made $60.8 million. So we'll just round it down to 60. So 60 minus 42 is $18 million profit. But here's the funny thing about it. You can ignore this fact or not, but Amy Schumer was offered $40 million to make a movie. They were willing to put $40 million behind an Amy Schumer project.
And honestly, I can't say that it was a bad bet.
I mean,
she's been killing it. Although that Netflix special was terrible.
Unwatchable. I watched maybe 10 minutes in.
I wanted to watch the whole thing because I'm still trying to figure out how she's funny.
Yeah.
But I just couldn't. It's just bad. Also.